After considering many different systems, we chose to compare and analyze the systems used for edible arrangements at Mighty Taco. Both companies aim on making quality food products and satisfying their customers. They may not seem to attract the same market, but they have similar goals of producing quality food and adding a factor of customization to keep customers happy and want coming back. Mighty Taco is a fast food chain that aims to have each order in under 2 minutes, and edible arrangements provides gift baskets and just added a 7-minute pickup service where a customer can place an order and pick up the arrangement in store in under 7 minutes.
Edible arrangements is a make-to-order system. There are roughly 4 operations in the system: ordering, preparing, assembling, and packaging. There's a ticket assigned to each order containing the basic arrangement and all the add-ons. Each morning, the orders are taken out of the bin and looked through. All chocolate dip pieces add time to the process, so one has to account for the chocolate dip pieces that need to be made. The night before, the employee closing the store is responsible for preparing the fruit and putting it in the freezer to reduce setup time in the morning. The computer also has a helpful system for the employees where it lists the amount of fruit prep that is needed for that day. After preparing the needed amount of fruit, the employee has to build the arrangement. There are basic instructions listed on the computer to help them through. And lastly, the arrangement has to be packaged and sent out to the recipient. When everything is secure and ready to go, it is placed on the van for delivery. All operations take only a few short minutes. Preparing the fruit is definitely the bottleneck in this system, and there could be ways to improve it. Recently, corporate tried to implement the 7-minute pickup in their store. The claim is that arrangements can be ready for pickup in 7 minutes by the customer who ordered it. If other orders are being made during that 7-minute pickup, all other orders get pushed behind, and this specific order gets pushed to the top of the backlog list.
The number of production lines open is dependent on the amount of demand during a given time. At minimum, 2 people are required to complete each order, but we're going to focus on the 5-person production system, as that is when production is optimized. Mighty Taco takes pride in having each order customized to each customer's specific preferences, such as white, wheat, or corn tortillas, as well as choices in meat and extra toppings. And while the order is being taken, each item is instantaneously shown on the screen at the production line to minimize order times. One person is on grill side, which means they are responsible for scooping the meat onto each item. The next person is in the middle of the line, standing directly in front of the grill. Their job is to warm the tortillas on the grill, lay the cheese down on them, and pass the product onto the employee on wrap side. This 4th step involves any cold condiments such as vegetables and sauce being added, and wrapping the burrito. As products leave wrap side, the window cashier has the 5th and final set of responsibilities. At the window cashier position, the most important responsibility is to have the customer pay for their food in a timely manner. No matter how quickly food is being prepared, the order cannot be considered complete until the customer's money has been received. Once the payment is accepted, the window cashier marks each item to make sure they are easily identifiable for the customer. They put the order in a bag and hand it out. Orders tend to come in at a constant flow rate for extended periods of time throughout the day, so once an employee finishes their responsibilities for one order, there are likely already more waiting to be completed in a timely manner.
Observations for edible arrangements were done during Thanksgiving break, and we went in a couple of days. On one day, we went in later to see what happens when the closer comes in. These observations could be skewed a bit as they are made during a time of high demand, and edible arrangements has a huge seasonality factor to it. Orders for the first day totaled 12, which is the average store demand. During the holidays, though, orders can as much as double. Coming in on Wednesday, there were 24 initial orders and 17 more came in for that day, along with more people working to accommodate for this. For Mighty Taco, observations were made on a weekend in December, and for majority of the time, there's a 5-person production line indicating high demand. There were 21 orders placed, and average order time was 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Nobody was standing around, and the store appeared to be operating at maximum efficiency. The next day, a 2-person production system was handling orders. Over that hour, only 8 orders were placed completely through the drive-thru. The average time was 1 minute and 36 seconds per order, and due to a low forecasted demand, they had the right amount of employees working at optimum efficiency.
The employee that closes the store often will prep fruit for the next day, which reduces setup time for the people the next morning. Since demand is usually filled at this point in the day, the system works. However, to account for extra orders that might come in late, there should be an extra employee to help reduce the flow time when this happens. Though this may cost extra to have the second person there, the profit gained from the lack of lost sales will cover this and more. Another issue that occurred for edible arrangements was scheduling. On Monday, it was noticeable that there was a shortage of people because it took the same amount of time to complete less orders. Workers were also scrambling to figure out which station to go to next, and at times there were stations that needed someone, but there wasn't enough people. Apparently, this is a problem that often occurs throughout the year, and there's an understaffing issue. This definitely falls back on the lack of forecasting that is done for demand. Though it keeps track of how many orders are taken daily, there is no record of how demand is monthly and a collection of demand over the last couple of years. This ties in with the last suggestion made to have more people staffed at a time. Just because cost of paying an employee is being saved doesn't mean it's helping maximize profit.
In conclusion, the two systems we observed were good examples of make-to-order policies. Edible Arrangements and Mighty Taco share a lot of qualities, but there are takeaways from both systems that could be used to improve what is currently implemented. Both companies have a good handle on cross-training their employees in order to keep production flowing, and this allows the employees to be flexible within the production line. They both have a good understanding of how to reduce setup time by having things prepared the night before, so there isn't much time spending putting everything out. They both have good qualities, however, Mighty Taco seems to be more successful with getting orders out quickly, as this is because they have a better grasp on forecasting demand and scheduling the right amount of labor needed to fulfill all of the orders.